Yeah, well, listen, this is the first time this has happened. We plan on not letting it happen again. Um, I think I were to put in a lot more time and effort for you guys to make sure this doesn't happen again. And something that you guys might not realize, it's really hard, especially with these bottom tier teams, kind of putting in more effort with new roster changes or whatnot, just improving. The competition in this league's really good. It's not easy to beat these teams, especially now. I think every team's really catching up, and the competition's really close. So it's not easy, but we're gonna do it.
Stepping like a concrete mixer, all these odd thoughts flicker while these soft parts flutter. Churning all that glitter ain't gold by the digits, so they got 'em in the gutter. You will find it where the road hits the rubber stamp. Hold to the underbelly, fall with the upper hand, please. I tell myself, breathe, tell you part of my reach. I thread the needle through the heart of the dream and see what part of it bleeds.
Our first match of the tournament was against the Florida Mutineers. It was really important for us to beat them because, you know, they beat us in grand finals the last tournament.
They might seal the deal right as they go to do it. The contest comes in, but now the victory lap. Florida Mutineers, your Dallas Home Series victors.
It was kind of a grudge match at that point. Like they're like tweeting some stuff. Like I'm sure people saw it on Twitter. They're tweeting some stuff about us, like how we'll be feeling after the match. So I think there's a little rivalry there. So we just came in there with a lot of intensity, just really wanting to prove a point that we were a better team than them, even though they beat us last event. I think we changed up our vetoes a bit, played more into our favor, and then yeah, we were just confident going into that series.
And I will say, RØKKR have had this one hook, line, and sinker. They have ice fished their way to victory so far. 120 and climbing. A slight contest there, but once again, assault.
We play very fundamentally correct when it comes down to tournament time. So people are taking an extra 5-10 seconds to maybe run across the map instead of going and getting an easy kill. And that doesn't reflect in the KD plus minus, but it obviously reflects in the scoreboard.
We get one just before going down, and now City downstairs. He's got to contend with a Mutineers. They just fell into his lap, and he's just gobbled them up. Oh boy!
The skies. Cam Silly with another triple though, as again turning up here late game for Minnesota. This man is going on a tear, and you love to see that as a Minnesota RØKKR fan.
I had a couple really good three pieces on the Ramaza hardpoint. We absolutely ran over them in the S&D.
Plenty of time still on the clock. 35
Oh my seconds. He's going to find not one but two here, and suddenly this could be another round cemented.
But that special three piece I got up top, it was kind of funny because it was with an AR, so I remember just everyone being shocked. It's like, oh, Sim's running an AR? Like, what?
100%. Sim deserves the spotlight. He needs it more. He's probably the most important person on our team. I think everyone on the team will tell you that. Kid does it all. He's selfless, high energy, motivates people. For the last week, he's been fasting, hasn't had food or water all day when we practice. He's the first person on in the team speak. He's always asking me to go over things afterwards before his family meets for dinner. And he's always the one bringing the energy, getting everyone excited, even when he is literally malnourished. So, I mean, like, big props to Sim. Guy's a tank.
The Mutineers in search and destroy. Silly. Oh, his hardpoint's been good. His search and destroy is sublime. The bomb is down, Miles, and it's a 1v3.
Oh, and he doesn't have the game is over.
So going to the domination, we're feeling pretty confident in being up 2-0, winning a search, which we've been kind of lacking throughout the season. And we've been putting a lot of time into Hackney our Dom, so this is like our chance of proving it's a really good Dom team. We played a little sloppy still, but it was a huge improvement to what it was before. And we just kind of ended up clutching up at the end.
Walks upstairs, nice job, trying to make that entire area safe. And a brilliant kill on a Pharaoh. That's huge. We could be looking at an A flag now for RØKKR. Minnesota RØKKR have just stolen this one away from the jaws of defeat in the absolute dying seconds there. Brilliant work from them. Florida, they fought admirably, but they will not have a seat at the table. They will be falling down to the lower bracket.
We were feeling really good because we really wanted that revenge, first of all. And second, it was the domination, and we've been working heavily on our domination and search this weekend. So we really wanted to prove a point to everyone that like our Hackney Dom has been good.
When you're playing at this level, no one is less important than another. Was the match important? Yes. Was it more important because we were playing Florida? No. They were just in our way to winning, and, you know, we had to take them out.
Gentlemen, welcome to Saturday. It is time for the Call of Duty League's Florida Home Series Saturday to get underway. Friday was unforgettable for many reasons, and now we roll into Saturday.
Yeah, so going into Saturday for the Florida Home Series, we were all feeling really good after, like I said, coming off that 3-0 against Florida. I remember, I'm pretty sure the good majority of the team had Chick-fil-A for breakfast, which is always good to have.
I wasn't feeling like anything was off going into Saturday, like hopping in the call, talking through things. Everything seemed pretty normal.
So Saturday morning was our second match against the new Toronto team. We've only played the old team, which I think they might have had like 2-3 different players.
But the rest is, yeah, the RØKKR has the you know, they've been the better team all year long.
And the better player
That's what it gets to.
has been GodRx. That's 5 in a row for him before he dropped.
Definitely came off a bit flat in the morning against this new Toronto team. The best way I can describe it is like, you know, in Call of Duty, sometimes you literally just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. And I feel like for every person on our team, Saturday was that day.
But as the seconds tick away, you run out of time. They're not able to get through. And what a wondrous spawn trap that was. And a great break from Ultra.
That second map, S&D Piccadilly. We knew that through like recent history that they don't like that map, so we knew, okay, going into this we have an advantage and we got to make sure that we do not choke this and we do not let them get this win, because they're not even confident in themselves. So that S&D was pretty significantly, like we won that pretty easily.
Number 3 in the window will be Methods. GodRx, there's the flick, there's the hit on the snipe. 4 versus 3 now, numbers to RØKKR. Method's gonna get caught up top as well. As Gears are gonna try and take it towards B. And look at all the white arrows just scrambling around mid buses. They had so many there, and 2 line up for Alex. There's already 3 players out of commission for the Ultra.
Let's have that silence, but has assault in the window, and there we go. Series tied 1-1 between the Battle of the North.
The third map, going to the second side, we were up a good amount and we had good sides, so we thought for sure, like, as long as we don't choke this and like don't give them a lead at all, like we should just keep to our pace and we'll win. With us being up like 20 with like I think like a minute and a half left, like there's no reason to lose that. We simply just choked and we shouldn't have lost that.
What a final 90 seconds that was from them, and a huge victory in the domination, which we saw them win yesterday, right?
I don't think the vibes were necessarily down too much. I think it gave them a lot of confidence. On the other hand, you know, winning a map like that is always going to have you feeling good. And Call of Duty can be very momentum-based at times, and when you're off a hot win, you're going to start the game off really well, and if you don't shut down that momentum quick, it's kind of just going to spiral out of control.
This is absolutely wild stuff. Put your hands together for Ultra. That is going to be their first time getting out of groups.
After we lost the 4th map to Toronto, kind of a weird feeling not losing to like one of the top teams. It was a weird feeling just like knowing, especially in that series, it's not like we got blown out or anything. It was just like so many little things that we didn't do on the map 1 and map 3 that just kind of costed us the series. But I mean, we were so confident going to the second set of losers.
So going up against New York, we had a good bit of film to watch against them. We were really excited to play them. We knew they were going to be good just based off scrimming them all the time.
That's like just a massive, like a distraughtful sort of thing for them. And then, of course, for New York, they're just trying to bounce back. It's hard to bounce back, though, when Alex is killing everything in sight.
Nice quad kill right there from Alex. But is there anyone from Minnesota now that could spoil the party of New York? Well, Salt hit the flank.
Going into P5 hill, I mean, on Ramaza, that hill is literally just a fortress. Like, it's almost impossible to break most of the time. And we ended up losing that map 250 to 249 in a heartbreaking fashion, just like how we always seem to lose.
He's unsuccessful. New York subliners, what a comeback, what a steal, what a map number 1.
The first map, really unfortunate that we ended up losing by 1 point. I think there's a couple points in the game where we left like a second or 2 of scrap time randomly. So like, I mean, obviously looking back at it, it's like, oh, we should just got the scrap. Like, yeah, you never are really thinking of that during the match.
A loss like that, like a really, really close one, hurts a lot more than losing by 100. I would have rather lost them at 250 to 5 than to lose 250 to 249, because like, yeah, and then you go back to thinking through the map, like, oh, there's one time where I left 2 seconds to scrap, or there's one time where like we let this guy get in and contest for 3 seconds when he shouldn't have. You know, you basically overanalyze everything because it's that close, and yeah, it definitely makes things a lot worse.
Now jump into game number 2. Looks like it's going to be Minnesota RØKKR on attack first. Meanwhile, while that's going on, Assault's also found Attach. Alex lies down. There's the team fire. And all of a sudden, the round collapses before New York's very eyes.
We didn't have that much stuff on them for Petrograd, but we were confident enough in our own gameplay since we just played Florida on it on the day before, and we pretty much smoked them on it. But we were just confident in our own strategies, and yeah, it was going back and forth, but we were so confident like we were going to take the map.
I feel like during that entire map, we pretty much retained control. We were kind of trading rounds and stuff, but I feel like a big swing round for them was Temp 1v4ing us.
That 1v4 play, just a lot of miscommunication and little plays went wrong. And everything that Temp needed to have happen for him literally ended up happening. And he just a matter of clutched up and got the kills for him, which was really annoying and unfortunate to see.
I think Temp may have just got the audio cue. He so desperately needs the double punch, Temp, for the 1 versus 4.
The way we played that was completely unacceptable. Even let that happen. If that didn't happen, you know, we did lose 6-5 at the end of that map. If there wasn't a 1v4 in there, we probably would have won the map 6-5. So yeah, that one definitely hurts. Especially after losing the first map 250 to 249, losing game 2 like that. I mean, it's just it's really hard to recover from.
Unfortunately for him, he's been sniffed out. New York do it again, this time in game 2. They take the round 11 to watch, but game 3 underway as now we head over towards domination.
Oh, I mean, trying to rally for the game 3 Gunrunner Dom, I mean, it is hard. Like, you've got to be mentally unstable after those 2 maps going into the 3rd one. Like, I think all of us were pretty on edge already.
Let's go, Matt. Neutral C. Oh my God, let's go. Go to C, go to C, go to C. Tommy, can't be 3.
guys.
Can't be
Oh, he's mid you.
Make sure they don't lose the home flag. So good awareness from Attach. Meanwhile, Minnesota still holding on to B. Attach wants to be the playmaker over towards A, or does he?
That means it is going to be soul searching that Minnesota is going to have to do, because again, this was the tournament potentially for them. And then New York just took it to them. A literal 1-point game in the hard point, a round 11 for the search and destroy, and then Mac Melts throttling the RØKKR.
It was definitely a weird feeling knowing that we weren't playing on Sunday the first time the whole year. I could tell from everyone's reaction and how everyone, like, we had like a kind of a team argument after, or like a discussion, but it was kind of an argument, but it was like a productive one of us just like letting everything out of what we need to be doing, and like just everyone getting their like emotions off their chest, like just knowing that this cannot happen again. We hold ourselves a higher standard and we're not gonna let this happen again.
Yeah, it was a terrible feeling just not being able to make it to another championship Sunday or another top 2 or top 4 or even a win finish. So we know going into the next event, we'll be super prepared and we'll try to bring that chip for all you guys.
This next event is redemption, and if it's like everyone said, if it's Florida was the one to win but didn't happen, this one's definitely us for ours to take, and you're gonna see why.
We're honestly aiming to see, you know, some blowouts next event instead of scraping by and barely winning these maps, which just means we need to play the maps better together. So gonna be a lot of film, a lot of practice, a lot of individual practice, but we are not ever going to come out and get top 6 at one of these events again. We'll definitely be back with a vengeance next event, and that is a promise.